Hi there, I'm Martha Van Dam and this is Living Beyond. I'm making this video for my IBC sisters. IBC is short for inflammatory breast cancer, and there are those of us in our group that support one another. And a question has come up in a social media post lately about this thing that happens regularly for IBC ladies, but also for anybody who's had quite serious cancers. It's incredibly common among brain cancer, lung cancer, and breast cancer. And that is something that happens. We think about cancer showing up. Maybe we have a headache, we have a stomach ache, a pain in a bone. And what is the first thing we think? Oh gosh, is it back? Immediately that's where our brain goes. And when it goes there, the sensation, the physical sensation that comes along with it is that gut punch of anxiety. It's so fearful. And so here's a technique. Let's learn about this technique that can be helpful for you. Oh, and by the way, one other time it shows up and this technique can be so helpful for is when we are having to have blood work and scans, which is a regular habitual occurrence once you've had IBC. Those scans can be pretty frequent, and they almost always come with something that we laughingly and maybe not so enjoyably call Scanxiety. It's the anxiety that comes with new scans. We want to have the scan to know that we're fine, and we're anxious that we'll find out something unpleasant when we get the results. So the technique that we're going to use is called EFT, or Emotional Freedom Technique. It's also known as tapping. It's been gaining in popularity, it's gained especially strong popularity since 2017 when it became accepted by the VA administration as an acceptable and appropriate treatment for PTSD for soldiers. It actually is nowhere near that new. It's been practiced in Eastern medicine for thousands of years, and it actually is a form of acupressure. So stay with me. If that sounds a little odd to you, if that's something that's kind of out of your comfort zone, it was for me too. The first time I saw it about 10 years ago, I thought it was the craziest, silliest looking thing I'd ever seen. You're tapping on your head, you're tapping over here. I thought it looked strange, and I paid no attention to it for 10 years. And then not too long ago, I heard a researcher that I have great respect for mention it, just as in passing, as though it's something he regularly does, which made me think, if he does it, maybe I better learn about it. So I had some training, I've done some learning myself, and I've used it on myself now multiple times, and I see the value. It's probably now my favorite go-to as a technique for dealing with any sort of anxiety and other strong emotional upsets. So the way it works is this. First piece of background is you already know that we have blood vessels that flow throughout our system. We have this system of veins throughout our whole body. You also know, and especially those of us with IBC, we are acquainted, we have a lymphatic system that runs alongside our blood system, and it's where the lymphatic fluids are carried. Well, you easily know that we have electrical charges that are running through our system, through our nerves. So we have the brain, all kinds of electrical activity goes on there, and then down our spinal column and through all the nerves that connect, that flow off of that all the way down to the ends of our fingers. Well, we also, so that's electrical work in our bodies. We also have electrical channels in our system that we are now finally being able to map. They call them meridians. There are a number of them. And these meridians are electrical systems, little light channels that run from specific places. We know the beginning and ending places. They start, I can give you certain places where they start, and they run down our system and go to certain organs. These electrical channels, when they get blocked up, much like if we block up our lymphatic system and our hand swells, or we block up our blood flow and something bad happens from that. Well, when our electrical channels get blocked, which they can when we're under stress and anxiety, then they also affect the way we feel. We understand that as we tap on the beginning of some of these meridian places, these meridian channels, we tap there. That helps too, because it's pressing and letting go, pressing and letting go. That allows for some resetting of some of these electrical impulses. Additionally, what we know is that within the limbic system of the brain, that's the emotional center of the brain, There is a portion of the brain called the amygdala. And when we see something that scares us, or we have a thought that scares us, our amygdala is tuned into that. And it's the part of the brain that goes, oh, that could be a problem. And it charges us, it turns on our sympathetic nervous system, which is that fight or flight stuff. So it's a simple thing that happens. You have, or I have a thought about, I have a headache. Oh gosh, what if it's gone to my brain? The amygdala registers that thought and goes, oh, that's serious, that's a threat, that's bad, and it kicks in our sympathetic nervous system, at which point we begin to feel it throughout our system. The tapping, the rhythmic tapping involved in this tapping procedure calms down the amygdala. As it calms down the amygdala, it allows our thinking part of our brain to come online and allow us to think better instead of just feeling. So all of that is happening during this procedure. So we're about, 6 minutes into this. From now that you've heard this for the first time, when you go to listen to it to help yourself calm down, from now on out, you can just skip through to about 6 minutes and then start, because I'm about to do a procedure with you now, and you'll be able to practice along as many times as you like. So as we tap, we're going to, we always have a setup piece, a section where we are tapping and we're talking, we're expressing the things that we're concerned about, our worries. We give them voice instead of keeping them inside. We're giving them expression. And then the third piece is, you'll find that we make a shift, and instead of expressing the emotion, like the limbic system is trying to fire up for us, then we shift and we begin to speak cognitively about what is actually happening with us. Let's just do this once and you'll get the feel of it. I'm going to sit up just a little bit so that you can see all of my parts, see where I'm tapping, be sure that I'm up high enough in the video. So here, always, the first setup statement, you will tap very gently on the side of your hand. This is one point, it's called the karate chop point, and you'll be tapping very gently. And as you tap, you're going to say, always in this framework, even though I'm feeling extremely anxious, I accept this about myself. I don't have to like it, but I accept it. I'm actually okay, and I'm willing to move forward, and I'm open to peace. Say this right behind me, kind of along with me. We'll do this for about 3 times. Even though I'm feeling so anxious about the potential of cancer coming back, I accept this, that this is where I am right now. I don't have to like it, but I accept it. And I'm open to finding peace and moving forward. Even though I'm feeling so anxious about the potential of cancer coming back, I accept this is where I am right now. I don't have to like it, but I accept it. And I am okay in this moment. And I'm open to moving forward and finding peace. That's the setup statement. Now I'm going to touch the points. Let me tell you first, inner eyebrow, outside the eye, under the eye on that little bone, under the nose, a little divot at your chin, collarbone, either side, doesn't matter. I happen to be right-handed, this is easy. Under the arm, back at the karate chop, in between the ring finger and little finger, right where that divot is, gently, and the top of the head. So we're going to continue on, and it sounds like this. So frightened about this cancer coming back. So afraid it's going to come back. What if it comes back? I hate this feeling. I hate the anxiety. I hate how I don't feel at peace when it happens. So much pressure. So much worry. Such feeling of anxiety. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of how it steals into my days. I'm tired of how I think of it randomly. It shows up. I just wish it would go away and never come back. I hate this feeling. So much fear. So much anxiety. It shows up all the time. I'm so tired of it. I want it to go away. So much fear. What if the results are bad? What if there's something growing there? So much fear comes out of nowhere. I think I'm having a good time with my family, and then I worry about the cancer. I'm tired of it, and I'm ready to be done with it. So tired. So tired of the reminders. So tired of it popping up. So tired of it. Just sick of it. So tired of the reminders. So tired of it popping up. Tired of it popping up. Tired of it popping up. Now we're going to switch and do a little different take. I understand my brain is trying to protect me. I know that's what's happening. Gosh, it picks the craziest times. But I know my brain has learned from the past experience. I know my brain is trying to protect me. It's trying to warn me. It's trying to make me pay attention. But I'm actually okay. There's no reason to think there's anything different going on. It was just my brain telling me that. I think my brain is trying to protect me. I think it learned from the pain and the trauma of the cancer. I think it's trying to warn me. I think it's trying to protect me. And I can be grateful that it's trying to protect me. It's a little overzealous. It's protecting me when I'm not in danger. But it actually is trying to protect me. So I'm grateful that it's trying to protect me. I'm grateful that my brain is working exactly like it's supposed to. And when this happens next time, I'm going to tap and I'm going to tell my brain thank you. But I'm going to tell it I've got this now. If I'm genuinely worried about something, I'll call the doctor and I'll ask for a new scan. I'll let my brain know that I've got this. I've learned a lot and I can advocate for myself. So I will take the information that my brain gives me. I will listen to it and I will be grateful. I will thank my brain for trying to warn me and protect me. And then I will tell my brain that I've got this. If the symptom keeps coming on, I'll call the doctor. But until then, I'm just going to tuck it away on the shelf. I'll remember, but I don't have to do anything about it now. I'm so grateful for a brain that's learning. I'm so grateful for a brain that protects me. I'm so grateful that I've learned to stand up for myself. I'm so grateful that I've learned to advocate for myself. And I'm so grateful that I can take care of myself. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Now just take a deep and slow breath, breathing in. Hold it and breathe out. One more time, breathe in. Hold it and breathe out. How do you feel? If you gave yourself a number a little while ago, what's the number of your anxious feeling right now? Did it come down? If it came down some, but not enough, and you want it to come down some more, try it again. Very often I feel like once through is all that I need. Please let me know if you continue to have problems. I'll be glad to help you. Please reach out to me. I hope this is wonderful to you. It helps me immensely. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks and bye-bye.